This is the plaintiff, Michael Lockett. He says he worked countless hours for the defendant, helping her start a nonprofit homeless shelter in New York. When everything was completed, he sent her a bill and never heard from her again. He won't stand by and be ignored by anyone, and is owed $5,000, so he's suing for just that here today. This is the defendant, Keisha Lockett. She says she was able to accumulate enough money to buy 3 homes and decided to give back something to the community. So she created emergency housing for the homeless. The plaintiff does her taxes, wanted her to hire him as the CFO of the charity, and wanted her to pay him $120,000 a year. She told the plaintiff no, and the next thing she knows, she's being sued for all his work and services. If all this sounds ridiculous, it's because it is in fact ridiculous. She's accused of not paying for services rendered.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says he worked a bunch of hours at the defendant's homeless shelter and didn't get paid. But the defendant says the plaintiff was so greedy he wanted $120,000. It's the case of cashing in on the homeless.
Michael Lockett?
Yes.
You are suing Keisha Lockett? No relation?
No.
Spelled differently.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Keisha Lockett and Family Ties Homes Incorporated for $5,000, the statutory maximum. You say you're out actually $16,500 in consulting fees that, according to you, she owes you, and the shelter that she's building owes you and has not paid you. What's going on?
I'm an accountant by profession.
Okay.
I start businesses for people and nonprofit organizations. I've done many in the past. She came in and said she wanted to start a homeless shelter. She had just received a RFQ, a request for qualifications from the county. She asked if I would assist in preparing these documents and what does she need to start a homeless shelter.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you a question. What had caused you to decide to do this?
At first, I started working with disadvantaged children in child care, and a lot of them came from the shelter. And I just wanted to do something different, and I just wanted to give them a better setting and atmosphere.
Okay. Now, how would the funds to run this would come from the city?
The county.
The
yes.
county. And then you would draw a salary?
Correct.
All right. And obviously other employees would draw a salary as well?
Correct.
All right. Now, how did you know about him?
He prepared my taxes 1 year.
Did you have a business back then, or was it personal?
Yes, I had a business for 10 years. I've been contracted.
So he did the business taxes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you asked him to do what?
Actually, I didn't ask him. He called me. We've always talked and joked. And I said, I'm a little stressed right now because I have to have a nonprofit organization, corporation, within the matter of like 25 days or so. And then I explained to him what I had received that day in the mail.
Which
and
is?
He said, request for qualification to own and operate homeless emergency housing. And he said, oh, I can get it done in about a week. I said, you could? He said, yeah, bring it in. Let me see what you got.
So you go there?
So I go there and I show him the letter. Would you like to see it? I show him the letter and I let him read it and it said exactly what I needed.
Let me see the letter. And what, are you going to pay him to do this? Is he doing it as a volunteer? Do you guys just not discuss it?
So I said to him, I have 3 properties on the same block. I said, I'm going to turn them into emergency housing and I'll just buy another property and move elsewhere. So as time go on, we're working on this corporation. He charges me $550. I swipe my card. Here.
Okay, hold on. Charge you $550 when?
October 20th.
Let me see, of what year?
2011.
He charges you that for what?
To do the corporation.
But are those the fees that he's paying to the city or county?
That's what it costs to get the corporation.
Right, but not, that doesn't go into his pocket for work, right?
No.
That's okay, those are the fees. Go on.
No. So I even paid the additional money for it to be expedited because I needed it like in a matter of 20 days.
Did you agree to pay him for his services?
No.
Just, it wasn't even mentioned?
No.
It's not like he said, I am volunteering my services.
No, because the intentions was we were working on this together.
According to you, you wanted to do what at that shelter. What would you, if you could have written the script of how this would have ended up, what was your hope that you would end up being CFO?
I was accountant. She asked me to be the accountant for the firm.
The chief financial officer.
Yeah.
Did you use the term CFO, yes or no?
Yes.
And when did you let her know that that is what you wanted?
Just before we sent out the 501c3.
What I'd like to know is, do you have what is your testimony about what you were supposed to be paid? Because you're in here asking for $16,500 for some forms that were obtained how?
I faxed through a third party, Bloomberg Excelsior. I sent them the information on the corporation. They sent me back the paperwork. And the $550 that she's speaking of, those are just filing fees.
Filing fees,
I have the receipt.
No,
those are filing fees. That's not from
What did you pay to have the thing incorporated?
500 and...
May I see the proof of what you paid? While you're sitting there discussing with her opening up this shelter and doing this wonderful service, when does someone tell you, and I'll pay you as a nonprofit $16,500 for helping us out by filling out these forms in a pen?
When we did the budget included her salary of $130,000. It included mine of $18,000.
18?
Yes, there's 3 different homes.
Let me see the budget that included yours of 18.
And that budget that is submitted to the county and also to the Internal Revenue Service. And she signed it. She signed it twice. This is the last page.
No, I want the whole thing.
This is the whole budget.
Okay.
There's a signature page where it says...
I got it. Hand the budget over.
Okay.
Okay, what says 18,000 is you estimating in the budget your professional fees from July of 2012 to December of 2012, assuming that you were going to be an employee. My question to you is, how are you going to prove to me that she agreed to pay you this kind of dough for setting up the paperwork? I'm looking at the paperwork. I see how much was involved. I also see how much was not involved. It's not checking off a box and sending it in, but it's also not $16,500. You're angry because what happened? What happened when he asked to be CFO?
So do you believe this accountant was really going to get $16,500?
Not at all.
Why?
Because it's a homeless shelter. It's for charity. You would do it for free.
Or you would find somebody who would do it for free. Agreed or not?
He should have just agreed to do it for free. This is a charity.
You think he really said, I'm going to charge you for this?
Oh, he totally lied. Yeah.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
I said, what is that? And he said, Chief Financial Officer. So I said, let me think about this. I spoke with someone else who is in this line of work. She says, no, you don't want that. Those how companies go under. Very dangerous move. I'm watching government politics, and it's the same thing that's going on. How they were having overspending in government. But I was trying to be fair. I said, I do have a problem with that. I said, I've been doing business by myself with the county for 10 years. Okay. I can't do that.
Got it. Now, when you submitted the paperwork and you had all the directors' salaries and you had all the employees' salaries, you know who's like blatantly missing from there? A CFO that gets paid. How much did he want to get paid?
Oh, that salary was about $120, if that.
Let me tell you what I think happened. What I think happened is that everybody's very excited about the idea of getting this government grant because it's a lot of money involved. All right? And nobody is talking about remuneration for filling out these forms. You are doing it because you have an end game in mind. And when your end game conflicts with her end game, all of a sudden it's, oh my God, I put all this work in, we did this together, and now I get nothing out of this, forget it. And then magically there's a $16,500 bill. Now, where did anyone agree to pay you $16,500 for your work?
I put it in the budget.
No, you didn't. Don't lie. That is not, no. There's $18,000 in the budget for a prospective salary, not for filling out the forms a year earlier.
Okay.
You know that.
Okay.
I saw your text where you say to her, am I still working on this with you, or should I send you a bill? And you say to him, send me a bill. Mm-hmm. You end up getting a $16,500 bill?
Right.
And obviously, I don't believe that you owe that. But he's out certain monies by incorporating you, and he's out certain amount of time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to assess what I believe is the fair value of it. I am awarding the plaintiff $750. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Here's the plaintiff who sued for the maximum $5,000 and wound up with $750. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I'm not too happy with that. I put in a lot of hours.
Where'd you come up with $16,000 that she owed you to fill out the forms?
We put in
forms. That's a lot of air in your balloon, isn't it?
She came to my office every day for 2 months.
So?
For October, November, every day. I billed, well, they had a copy of my bill. I billed $150 an hour.
Mm-hmm. You should get a little piece of the action. All right, you head right down this way, okay? All right, so come on in here, and what do you think of these services he's provided to you?
Lousy, because he didn't even complete it professionally, and he copied and pasted, and I had to do a lot of the work, ended up myself.
You think he just saw you as
the opportunity to get rich, rob me, and whatever else that would have come out of it.
All right,
yes.
Very quickly, how's your vision for the shelter different from what we're used to seeing?
My vision is different as being giving them more of a homely, permanent setting, but for a temporary basis. That's what I wanted to do for them.
You're going to accomplish that?
Of course. Of course.
Right. Harvey?
I got to tell you guys, it is so important when you make a deal with anybody to nail down exactly what they're getting paid or what they're not getting paid. If you do it after the fact, you are asking for trouble.